Morning, everybody. Hope you guys are all doing well. Just a reminder, everything we're about to do is just for educational and entertainment purposes only. We do not trade with live funds, and this is strictly just used to demo and paper trade. You should be able to see my screen now. If you can't, please confirm, just let me know. We're streaming from a different location, but excited to be on here with you all. Right now the stocks are up. Let me get over to index futures just so you guys can see it. And then I'm going to send out a couple of tags right now to everybody on Discord just so they know where we're at. But I hope you guys are all doing absolutely fantastic today. And then looking forward to this NFP release here in about 10 minutes. And then guiding through till the actual New York Open. Any questions you guys have, please let me know. But again, if you can just give me just a couple, not a couple minutes, but just a minute real quick to tag everybody. I'm sending that out right now. There we go. Almost done. All right, we should be good. Let me double check the link. Yep, I can see that you guys can see all good. So we should be great now. I'll get Discord out of the way. NFP is releasing in just about 8 minutes now. There'll be a slight delay with YouTube. So just be aware of that. But good morning, everybody. I appreciate you reaching out and saying hello as well. I'll show you, Yvonne, what we're looking at for everything right now, okay? So let's just go through real fast. As of right now, both ES and the NQ are in bearish confirmations. So we're looking for price to push down further. And then price, we have a double stack box above us. This is what the average position looks like on the ES. On the left side, this center right is the NQ. And so we're looking for these to continue playing out. This is the average stop. And then we have a double stack box by True Algo. So our average stop lets us know that this is one of those positions that can go further up before being a loss when we close above our box. So right now, both of these are looking to go lower. US 30 just confirmed earlier as a bullish confirmation. You can see it looks different than the other two. And then this is what the average position looks like on US 30. It's come down, retraced into our system, and then now has pushed above for a new confirmation for anyone that missed it earlier. And so that's what we're looking like on US 30. And the position is normal as far as, like, you can see the stop is right around the normal area. But one thing to be aware of is the only way for this to work out is one of these three are going to lose, because you can't have, during a NFP release, the indexes are going to move the same direction. So either US 30 is going to win here and push up, and then the ES and NQ are going to push up really aggressive to the top of their box. Reminder, no matter what, there is no loss until these close above the box. But that's something that we're aware of. Or the US 30 is going to lose and push down and allow the ES and NQ to go. The ES and NQ actually would be a quicker loss because it's closer to where it would stop out. Cool. And then True Algo members, I'm not going to try to explain this as of right now to everyone else who's not a member, but it is neutral on the SQ side. Excuse me. Let me check on you guys. Make sure you can still hear and see okay. And then SPY is neutral. The QQQ is neutral. And the Russell, just like the US 30, is in a bullish confirmation as well from over here. We actually did finish the move earlier. Oh, never mind. It's only 52. So yeah, even the Russell too, like the US 30, is expecting to go higher. The Russell has way more support through the True Algo system that it can push all the way to the bottom of the box and still be bullish. Gold is in a bullish confirmation as well. over here. So for Ivan who asked, this is what gold is looking like. And then gold, sorry, I'm trying to show you the average move. This is what gold looks like as an average. Is going to be one of those ones that it's already traveled more than 50% of the average move. Our average move is 95 points and it's traveled about 72 to 75% of the average. And now it's in retracement and it would have already taken you back out at break even. So you'd be waiting for a new entrance on this idea. And then silver is in bullish confirmation, and silver is above our weekly level 7. So you'd use our day system to guide you, but silver is going to be a harder thing to play because you are fighting a massive trend through our system, as you guys can see this. Sorry, my throat's bothering me just a little bit. Oil's in a bullish confirmation over here on the right side. Average move looks like this. So you can see average position looks normal. The only thing is that first take profit level is very close. So it's going to be hard for it to get that average without having a new close. Crypto folks, you have a bullish confirmation on ETH. Looks like this. Bullish confirmation at the same time, or right around the same time on Bitcoin. And then currently neutral on Tether. So you're using Bitcoin and ETH to produce their idea. If we do get a bearish NFP, then these two are both going to lose as well. So that's something that we're looking at, everybody. That would match Russell and US 30 if it pushes upwards. And probably the most important thing right now is the fact that for NFP release here in just a few minutes, DXY was in a bullish confirmation and now neutral. And then statistically speaking, this is where if the dollar continues pushing up from our system, then NFP is going to be bearish. That would help the ES and NQ. So NFP is going to be a little bit harder here, as a couple of things are either neutral or not confirmed in the same direction just yet. But then we'll have some moves that go throughout the New York session. And then the euro, just like the dollar, here I'll draw it so we don't have to remember it. That's what the DXY position looks like. And then this is the euro on the right side. It did have a bearish confirmation when there was a bullish confirmation on DXY. And so if this continues, then you will have a bearish move on everything, mostly everything, for NFP if we continue, as the dollar usually leads the NFP move. And we'll see what happens. And then we will monitor and move through the system as the candles continue going through. Thank you all for saying hello again. I appreciate you for being here. NFP is just about to release. Reminder, US 30 or the ES or NQ, one of them have to lose because they're confirmed opposite of each other. So we'll see here shortly. This stock's really quick. Amazon is bearish. Apple's neutral. Microsoft is neutral. And Nvidia is bearish as well. So 2 are bearish, 2 are neutral. You can't open positions on stocks yet. That release is just about to pop. We do have a bullish beacon to be cleared on the NQ as well up here. Let me circle it. Here's the NFP release. Nice little volatility bullish spike here. That US 30 is a win. And then that ES and NQ, you can see that retracement. There's that beacon that's cleared. US 30 for the win. You can see SQ rejecting as well. Russell for the win. You guys can see this. You've hit the average win now on Russell. Reminder, I was saying to you that one of these would have to lose, be it the ES and NQ or US 30. US 30 held strong, as did the Russell. Gold is in retracement. Silver hasn't moved. Silver almost looks like oil. Silver usually moves the same aggression as gold. Reminder, we said gold traveled 50% of the average, and then oil still holding its long idea. Crypto folks, Bitcoin pushing up bullish, as is ETH, so those longs are holding. DXY did complete the move. You guys can see here, DXY bullish played out, and the euro bearish played out. So everything going as planned. And then reminder about the struggles on the ES and NQ. And then people who are not members, it's harder to explain this to you guys. This is about retracement. Until we close above here, these positions aren't done. But True Algo members, for US 30 and Russell, this is where you secure, shift your stops, and enjoy that quick move upwards. You guys can see my alerts are starting to go off like crazy. And then, ooh, really big thing too, True Algo members, we're once again at that 6,000 level on ES. So until we can close above that level, like we talked about, then there's zero reasons to be overly bullish here at the top. It'll be really cool if we can close about right here and then get a sniper entrance short that we talk about, where we can get something like this. And then if NFP gets really good during the New York session, you could have quite the bearish move down where everyone would be overly bullish, and we are not, as there's no bullish confirmation yet on those. I'll delete the US 30 win and Russell here shortly, everybody, just to be aware that these are done now. Again, the take profit is either the next box one or when the average is hit. And if you guys look on the right side of the screen, the Russell here has gone further than the average win, plus has hit the next box. So that position is done, and now you're neutral. There's no new position. You don't play when it's up here in the middle of the box. You have to wait for the candle to close. Crypto folks, nothing new. And you can see the euro now quickly taking profit at the box. Trying to see, the average win on the euro is 36 pips, and we have traveled that, by the way. This is, I should have it saved. If not, we can just draw it out live. Right there is 36. So yeah, so we won at 36, and it has given 64 pips. So it's already done. You guys see that? It's, again, real quick. If you're going to play during the news events, this is done. I'm going to come check back on you guys, make sure there's anything you guys need. I'm answering it. Any questions you guys have, just let me know. What happens now is we just are waiting for the current candle to close, so it's going to be a little bit of a boring conversation here for the next 12 minutes. I'm going to try to talk less, just so that if for anything that needs to happen, I'm here to, you can hear the more important things rather than me trying to talk about too many things going on, because nothing is going to be going on until this candle closes in 12 minutes. Can check the stocks where they spiked. Amazon's going to be neutral now. Apple's still neutral. Microsoft's still neutral. Nvidia potentially could put in a looking for calls at New York Open, but New York doesn't open for another hour, so we'll keep monitoring these as we get closer and closer to the New York Open. I'm going to get the dollar and the euro off now after they've already played out for the win, and they've hit a True Algo box, and now they're neutral. Again, hit a box, hit a box. Then we'll get back over here. Got continuation on the SQ now. Trying to get the SQ down here to our next daily box, everybody. So it just means that we could push higher on index futures. Crypto was or is in a bullish confirmation right now. Whoever's asking, I apologize. I missed your name. EBT. Ethereum is on the left side. You'll see I always have multiple charts of, as we tend to not just use any type of asset just solely by itself. But right now, Ethereum left side and Bitcoin are in a long position since 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the only thing we're looking for is for them. This is the average on Bitcoin. Looks like this. So trying to get Bitcoin up to 105.3K. But this green box where we would start a True Algo trend, that would be the first. area for a take profit before getting to the average, which is right there. This is the average here on ETH. Oh, it's at the very top, sorry, right there. So that's the average on ETH, trying to get it up to 25.30. The first take profit though is going to be here at 25.10, everyone. Any other questions, just let me know. So True Algo members, the thing that we're watching on both ES and the NQ, we said it a little while ago, but just a reminder that you have that potential for that sniper entrance now based off where that would close, and then your target on average would be to get that average win, which is from right there. So if it plays out, it would be 173 handle move on the NQ, and then somewhere over here on the ES, same full take profit would be roughly 40 handles. But for me, and using the system, the first take profit would be where that box occurs. So it would be 145 handles on the NQ, 30 on the ES. Reminder everyone, in the average move perspective, it's either the average amount that gets hit or the next box, whichever comes first. So that'll be something that we're looking at based off of this close. If we close above the box, then it's a long position on both of them. Both SPY and the QQQ have now hit our box above, and they're taking profit at the moment. You guys see this right here. And the Russell actually would put in a new bullish confirmation here in roughly 7-ish minutes, which would mean continued long positions up for the Russell in the smaller cap stocks. Gold and silver. Yeah, gold's over here on the left side of our screen. By the way, oil did put in a new high just now, everyone. Gold had a bullish confirmation, push up, retracement back down. Reminder that gold, the goal was to push up 95 points. It pushed up 77, so $7.70 move. Then has come back down to break even, potentially taking that position out, and then now you'd be waiting for a new green candle bullish confirmation to push back up again from a live setting when it travels that far of the average move. Especially if you have a news event coming up, you don't want to hold through 77% of your average win only for it to then do this. So gold, folks, waiting for this candle to close for a potential new position. Oil putting in another new high, about to hit take profit one live, guys, right side of our screen. Reminder, the average and then the next box, whichever of those comes first, would be take profit one. And then again, gold, folks, you would be taken out at break even. If you're still holding it, then you're in retracement now to enter in for that sniper entrance. Indexes aren't really moving too much now. Up here on the top part. Also, here comes oil. I think it's still one tick shy. It was really close. It's so close to hitting that box, but let me zoom in a little more. We'll show it like this. Just waiting for it to nick that box. Crypto's retracing a little bit too now. DXY pushing up strong. The euro with continuation. And DXY about to put in a new high, which means the euro is going to pull through. And then the next target will be DXY to our trend box right there. And then the euro down here. Whichever direction DXY goes, the euro will go in the opposite. Again, True Algo members, we got really nice continuation on that SQ, meaning that the indexes are going to pull higher. Trying to get that SQ down here to the daily box. Back over to oil, waiting for it to hit take profit one. Almost there. Come on. Come on. Sorry for the delay on trying to get it to hit this box. You can see gold is retracing further. Again, if you're not a member, it's just a little bit harder to explain that, but just in practice, what we teach people is when price, again, we give you the average win. So when price moves 50% of that amount, so on gold's case, it'd be right about 47 points. It's already pushed up. Remember, 77 points in total. 75, sorry. And then as it does that, would come out, take you out at break even if you didn't take any profit. And then that would allow you in this area to miss any type of loss that could penalize you. So just be aware of that on that position that you're seeing. Gold moving the opposite direction of indexes right now. Still getting that nice continuation on the SQ, so expecting higher on the indexes. You can see that they're doing it. And this will be a really important area for the SQ. If it hits this and reverses, then all the indexes will reverse as well. Oil still hasn't hit that take profit yet. All stocks looking nice and bullish now too. No confirmation for another 3 minutes, but less than 3 minutes away. If we can get a close up here, Apple would be bullish. Doesn't look like Microsoft's going to get it unless it gets more volatility here in 2 minutes. Nvidia is now neutral. Amazon about to put in a bullish confirmation as well above the box. So it just means more things are bullish. So should get continuation here upwards. We'll update that in less than 2 minutes when the candle closes, everyone. And it does look like the ES and NQ are going to close at that sniper entry for shorts. I can put VIX on over here from what Patrick just said. It was Patrick, right? Yeah. So what he is talking about is the VIX just hit the 80% wall on the weekly system. So the potential that VIX could be bottoming right now. And then if VIX reverses off our little, it's just a little red line you guys see, but it's our red box. VIX bottoms here, then the indexes will turn over. But just note it has closed below that point, Patrick. We need it to close back above the daily system to be bullish on VIX and then bearish on everything else. Just about to have the close, everyone. US 30, folks, the only thing now on that position is you can either trail your stop or you're just out. And again, trailing your stop would be to travel it up through the box. Russell about to put in a new bullish confirmation here in less than 1 minute from the initial win over here. So wherever that close is would be that move. Yeah, there's that close. So 15.5 handles on this move. And so just note over here on Russell, you wouldn't continue to hold the initial move. It would be a close so you can move statistically through in mechanical, and then now you would open a new long position, and then the stats still kick in. This would be the average move, and you're looking to get the Russell up to 2135. But take profit one would be where that green box gets hit, everyone. SPY is neutral. The QQQ is neutral, True Algo members. We are in a bullish confirmation now on Amazon. We are in a bullish confirmation on Apple. You are neutral over here still on Microsoft. It hasn't hit the box yet. And then you're neutral here on Nvidia. So things are either neutral or bullish. So any type of bearish confirmation would be difficult across indexes. And there's no new close yet for commodity folks. So gold, as you guys are going to keep asking, we can't do anything for another 14 minutes for the candle to actually close. And then that ES and NQ, let me show you guys live as we track this. This is that sniper entry area we just talked about. So the goal would still be, remember, to take it to that next box down below. And then, at least from a risk to reward perspective, this is the best place to be for shorts up here at the top side with this retracement. Very deep retracement. We knew it could be possible. We talked about it earlier. And then as soon as you close above, you immediately flip and then you look for longs. SQ did not get to the box yet. So that's something to be aware of. And reminder, US 30 folks, you're just trailing your initial longs up here to get to this area. There's no new entrance up here at the top side. But ES and NQ could be quite the beautiful move if New York pushes it down now. Oil still playing with my heart here. Hasn't hit take profit. Maybe we'll get it right now. There we go. So there's take profit 1 hit on oil. I'm just glad we didn't miss it. And then take profit 2 is the average up here. Just note that everyone, if we push up here, continued to get towards our average, and we close here, then that position is done. And then it would be a new long position here. It wouldn't be this point anymore. But you can see oil did get through take profit 1 now. Patrick on the VIX, I was on the 15-minute as well, bud. If it looked weird to you, just let me know. I'll help you. Gold, folks, if this candle closes green in 12 minutes, that would be a new long position wherever it closes. Nothing new for the crypto folks. DXY still taking profit. Euro still taking profit. Nothing new. And so now we wait. 12 minutes from the next close. If you guys have any questions or anything, just let me know. Most of your margins have now been, maintenance margin has been reset for you all. Trying to zoom in here on silver just so you guys can see. A lot of consolidation here. Reminder, silver is already through level 7 of the True Algo system on the weekly. So it just, I mean, it's up, up, up and away. This is what the average position looks like on silver because you would use the daily system to guide you. So you see this little stop area right here. There's a 80% chance you will not close below that stop. That's what the stat says right there. Because the win rate is 80% on silver. A lot of consolidation earlier. And then now trying to get silver, remember, up to the next green box from the daily system. Oil, I apologize. Gold over here, left side, is back to that candle. Was just green a second ago. We're waiting for that candle to close for potential new long position. Would be a beauty on those indexes, man. We push all the way down. Russell and big retracement. This is one of those times where, just like the start of the stream with the US 30 and Russell, in order for them to win, you had to have that deep retracement on the ES and NQ. And now if we want the ES and NQ to play for the win, you're going to need that Russell to lose. So we shall see. The Russell did retrace quite far. 49 ticks on average on that retracement. The average is 26, but that's a bigger box and now holding. But again, if that Russell wins, you're going to need that ES and NQ to lose. And most likely would be to get that SQ to actually hit this box before reversing bullish. And that would be the point. Like when this happens, when that happens, then you would get something like that. We'll see. Nothing new on anything else as we're waiting for the close, everyone. I'll just sit over here and wait on index futures. And then on the next closing, it's about 8.5 minutes now. We'll be able to update everything because everything will close and confirm. I am here. I'm just not chatting while I'm waiting for the candle to close. This is, for those of you that are not members, more realistic to what markets are. You don't always have a move or candles instantly moving for what you want it to do. You just got to watch and wait. Crypto, if it feels bearish to you, I get it. But right now we're still in those bullish confirmations until crypto closes below our box here, down this area. See where the circles are? That's where you would flip into a short position like this. So until that happens, anything that pushes down is just considered retracement using our strategy. And again, that would be any type of new entry here to push up. One of the reasons why Bitcoin is struggling is just the fact over here on the right side of our screen, Tether, which is the opposite of the direction of crypto, it got right to the very bottom part of that box and it held it. And if Tether finds support there, then Bitcoin and ETH are going to struggle because they're going to go the opposite direction of Tether. If Tether closes below here, we also have a True Algo target, 73% chance we'll get to this target down there. And again, for Tether to clear that, you would have a bullish move for crypto. But if Tether closes in this circle, it's trending bearish. And we would have quite the bullish move play out that we already have available for crypto. Then we can get way down in that red box, would be nice. That Russell's back to being green now, which means that ES and NQ are pushing up more. They're still holding it. Hold. This is where you post the meme of hold the line. And then just for looking at the future, everybody, US 30 would be a bearish confirmation when it can close below 42,617, 42,619 in that area. True Algo members, you have a double stacked box extending that, which is huge, right? So you have to just be careful on your sizing because you can see that you have the two biggest boxes in the system stacked on top of each other. And so note that that stop would be wider than normal, so your sizing would come in to key. We do have that True Algo stack right here. You guys see that? I know it's not very big on your screen right here. It's just really cool to see it live stop right where those two boxes meet each other. It's really hard to break it, and that's where it stopped after that long played up to there. And then down there would still be the next short, but there's no short yet on US 30. New close in roughly 5 minutes. Oil moving nice and slow. A lot of the volatility is stopped. You can see it on the stocks. The bigger stock tickers aren't doing anything. So reminder for those of you guys on stocks or looking at options, there's no option calls or puts for 35 more minutes. We're just drawing the direction of what confirmation we have from True Algo, so we don't have to think about it when we pop it up. But right now we're looking for calls on Apple and Amazon when New York opens. But in 30 minutes, if they close bearish below a box or they hit this box above and stop there, then they're neutral. So we'll keep watching that and updating them every 15 minutes. Forex, we're still neutral. You can see US 30 pushing up a little bit more now, but nothing new. No new position. Excuse me. Hope you're all doing well today. It's going to be a little boring as we wait for this close. Trying to do my best to not just talk about markets or things in general, so I don't distract from the current move. Praveen, if you're still here, let me know. Just post a message real fast, because I could let that, or we could talk about that DXY thing that you're talking about, but I don't want to distract people from the current price action. Mike's talking about our Sunday macro stream on the Russell. I could try to show what he's talking about. Just give me a second to pop that up. Oh yeah, he's right. Just 1 second. We haven't had a 4-hour close above it either. He's talking about 2130 on the Russell. Just give it a second to load, and I'll pop that up in just a minute, folks. There we go. Just let me know if you guys can see this Russell. This is from our macro stream. He's just talking about here. In True Algo members, you'll see that alert, that perpetual alert will go off from 2130 as soon as it's nicked. And you guys will see that alert pop over here in the bottom left. But we're back at that key level that we always sell off on the Russell. You guys can see that note. If the Russell closes above 2130, then markets are going to explode bullish. So just be aware of that. We have not closed above that since the last time that we broke down from it in early March. And we broke down hard. And so we're right at that point again. I'm going to move this over here so I don't get confused. There we go. Let me check to make sure you guys can still see okay. Thanks, Mike. Less than 1 minute from the close. If that SPY holds there, then we would have a bearish confirmation on SPY and QQQ. That would look really good for holding the current shorts on the ES and NQ. Just waiting for the candle to close so I can update. And reminder, the SPY and QQQ folks, we're doing the same thing that we're doing on stocks. You can't open any puts or calls in theory because New York's not open yet. We're just tracking where it is, so when New York opens, we know what direction we're already looking for rather than waiting and guessing. But there you go. So we do have a bearish confirmation on SPY. Let me check real quick if it was 3 ticks or not. Could be short. No, it's 3. It's valid. So shorts valid on both SPY and QQQ. No new position on US 30. It's still neutral. You can see it's stuck in a box. There's nothing to do. And then now look, gold folks, it's super important. Watch this, please. You see how the candle closed bearish? This is what I was telling you. Like that candle had to close green, and then if it closes green, that would produce a new long position. And now that it didn't, you're now waiting for the next candle to close green above or red below, and that would be a short. Again, it traveled 75 points. The average is 95. Oil, folks, you see how this candle now closed in the box? It's now neutral. So if you're in your long, you can trail and try to get it up during this current candle, but there's no new position here, okay? And it also, this is impossible to become a loss because you did hit take profit 1 when you got to the next box. Crypto, folks, you retraced back down to the box, but you're still bullishly confirmed. Forex, the euro put in a new bearish confirmation over here on the right side of our screen, everyone. So that would mean the pound is also bearish, but DXY is neutral. So you can't take this idea for a short yet, but just showing you that is a bearish confirmation for below the box. A reminder, we had that bearish confirmation earlier. It already pushed down 36 pips and now trying to get it the DXY to confirm above, which would help that position. Reminder, Amazon's in a bullish confirmation, Apple is in a bullish confirmation, and then just like we said earlier, Microsoft and Nvidia are neutral, and they are still neutral. Again, you can see like they look like they're bullish, right, pushing up, but just we can't say that they're bullish until it's in a confirmation above a box bullish. And so you hit this box waiting for a close above. Right there would be bullish, like how we see over here on Apple and Nvidia. And True Algo, remember, is the thing that I'm watching, that obviously if these things are bullish, then that ES and NQ would fail. Does that make sense? And you'll see that we've retraced back up again to that top part. Again, starting to see if that SQ gets down here to pop that box. And now we wait for the next close. I'll sit over here still on the index futures. I know that's what usually most people are on. If you guys need me to show anything else, just let me know. But we'll have another wait here again. We have 2 more candles before New York opens, and then we'll have another injection of volatility into the game. And then, like, as we just watch here, guys, one thing has to lose. Either the Russell has to lose now or the ES and NQ. For me, I would love for the Russell to lose here. Sorry, wrong Russell chart. This Russell. Because Russell already had a huge win. Again, here in front of you guys, if you weren't live or on markets during that Asia session over here, this is also a valid confirmation right there. And then you have to use the stats from the initial position for right there. And again, it's almost the identical entrance. You guys see that? But either way, this is why I want the Russell to lose. Is, you see, it's pushed up 15.5. That's 155 points or ticks, depending on how you guys track them. And now if this one can lose, I know it's weird to say you want a position to lose. It's because the ES and NQ position look really, really good, and they're short. And they're going to move in the same direction, so we need that one of the two to lose. And this would be a massive, massive win for the ES and NQ after the Russell already had that almost 1.5x its average win. Just checking everything real fast. Bitcoin pushing up again. Whoever asked about crypto, again, this is one of those things that, like, from a live perspective, any type of those push downs is retracement. That point when most retail traders get scared and get out of their position. For us, don't have any fear, man. It's just like, it's simple. You close below these 2 boxes where the long was produced with the bearish candle. Now you're in shorts. Until that happens, try not to flip flop. Don't change time frames. Try to be as mechanical as possible in your ideas. Franklin's talking about, he said that sweet spot on US 30. It's what we were saying earlier, right here. Yeah, you can see that True Algo, like literally it's wicking the meeting point between those 2 boxes. It's really hard for price to break that. watching the ES and NQ battle that Russell. You can see that Russell's holding up so well against it too. Saying, nah, man, I am in a bullish confirmation. I want to push up. Oil pushing down a little bit now. If oil closes below this box, it would then be in a short position. So, are you guys okay? I'm going to delete this position off just so it's a little bit easier to see the current candle. We're 24 minutes from the close. I can leave that up. I'll take it off later. But reminder, oil is impossible to become a loss because you hit the box, which is take profit 1 in this case. See that euro is pushing down even more. Seeing if DXY can get a close above. Something to note too, like on the Forex side, used to be a really good predictor of indexes, but as we're pushing up right now on the DXY, so is the Russell. And so is US 30. Typically, if DXY goes up, indexes go down. And we're still not getting this. This is all the way back from November. Now 6 months straight. True Algo members, like those of you that have been with us now this entire week, like just that key level here on the ES is so important. We talked before that the dam is going to break here soon, and until we can get a close above 6,000, that dam is not going to break, and it's just going to keep pushing things down, which just happened every day this week so far, guys. Remember, 4-hour close above 6K. You can see Apple starting to push down. Reminder, there's no position on stocks right now. You're just waiting for New York Open. And if Apple closes below here, that would be puts, which is good because that would help the ES and NQ play out. If you guys have any questions or anything, please let me know. We're about 45 minutes in, and we're just trying to get to that New York Open here in 22 minutes. Gold, folks, watch here on the left side of our screen. Would be easier to get a gold long now. It just needs to hold in this current area, but you guys can see how we've hit this box, and if it closes green above that box, remember we said earlier, then that would be a new long position upwards. Silver with retracement. Reminder, we're in a massive bullish trend using True Algo. Again, I can show you guys what I mean. Watch. You'll wait for this dashboard to pop up. It's going to populate right above this stat here, and you're going to see that it's green on the True Algo weekly system. That's what I meant by we're above level 7. Hard to look for any type of shorts on silver once this loads right there. See? You are bullishly trending. It's green for a reason. DXY at that last weekly part of the system before it trends bullish. It's trending bullish on the day, sorry. Just trying to get it above the weekly system here so everything can shoot up to get to our green trending box. Reminder that the euro is already saying it wants to trend bearish, meaning push the DXY higher, but it's got to close above that box first. Russell pushing up again. ES and NQ retracing a little bit more here at the top part. You can see the US 30 pushing up, and then reminder, let me make this bigger for everybody so you can see. Wrong thing. This one. That the US 30, We have an old target, so we don't care about this one as much, but it does look like it's heading up there. And then, oops, excuse me. Five minutes from the next close, and then we can update all stocks and index futures. And that'll be the last candle before New York opens. And if that candle holds and nothing new gets activated at New York Open, then we'll have valid confirmations one candle or 15 minutes before New York. Note, True Algo members, if the ES closes above that box, then that long is done, and then it would only be looking for a long position from here on out. The NQ doesn't have to do the same thing as far as it's still holding until it closes above. But they can, one can lose and the other one can still be holding. See if silver can put in a new high here. Oil potentially too. The only thing with oil, there's no new move for the next close. You have to wait 18 minutes. Same thing on gold here. That green candle has to close above. Getting some more push up against on the ES side. See if the stocks are holding in. You can see over here, Nvidia pushing up continually. Amazon still holding its long, or calls, sorry. If it closes there. And Apple's in that retracement point, but right here at that little low, you see how it's holding our box. That's what's keeping that ES and NQ from pushing down at the moment over here. So, market's collecting here, everyone. Not surprised too, because you guys are aware that that ES is at that 6,000 target. It's got to close above to make markets want to rip, and then watching that Russell for that close on the 2130. And again, thanks Mike for reminding. Getting closer and closer to closing it. It's got to be a 4-hour close above for 2130. Thanks, Argentina. We appreciate it. If you need to see anything specific, just let us know. We've got a new close here in 2 minutes. The only update would be stocks and index futures. Everything else would have a new confirmation or close at New York Open, which is roughly 17 minutes away. Yeah, man, that 2130 is going to line up on the Russell so nicely with that ES again. A reminder earlier, True Algo members, if you look at the Russell as I zoom out over here on the right side of our screen, it hasn't been at that 2130 anytime that the ES has approached the 6,000 level. So now they're both approaching it at the same time, and this could be where that ES breaks it from a 4-hour perspective, and it's going to be long city. And then note that True Algo simultaneously would do that. You guys see real quick? That bullish confirmation up here, get above 6,000, close on a 4-hour, and you're trending bullish both on the daily and weekly at the same time. So could be quite the powerful move. NQ at the moment doesn't care. It's still holding those sniper shorts. See DXY taking profit still. Needs to get a close above for continuation on DXY, and then continue shorts on the euro. Some crypto alerts going off again. Just reminding you from hitting the box. There's the next close, everybody. So the ES now is a loss. Now the ES is telling us to look for reasons to be in a bullish confirmation over here. But it's not a valid long because the NQ also has to be bullish. So the NQ has to close above everybody in order for this to be valid. Let me get this off. And now waiting for the NQ. If it closes above, like I said before, it would be longs here. And again, being able to flip-flop correctly. We did get the SQ now down to that box that we said earlier, guys, to get here. So now it's travel there. There's going to be no new move here on US 30. The Russell now putting in a new high, guys. Getting a little bit more of that bullish flood kicking in. And then ES, and there's that alert just got triggered right here. You guys see this on the bottom left? Most important level for 2025 is being tapped on the Russell to the tick. And right now, True Algo is telling you not to stop. So combining those two things together, we get a 4-hour close above that level, guys, today during the New York session. Its prices are going to go parabolic. Same thing on the ES, guys, because it would be a close above that 6,000 level. So it would be Moon City here for everything. It would help the crypto folks a lot too, because that would push that up. Would silver about to put in a new high on that current position too, so that would help that. Oil is the only thing that doesn't really care. It sort of operates at its own speed. And then though we had a new close, once again, Microsoft is still neutral for New York Open, and Nvidia is still neutral too. I know it looks very bullish, but again, guys, it has to close above the box to be bullish. But if Nvidia on the right side of our screen can close above that box, then that would be longs or calls on Nvidia. But right now it's neutral. You can see the Russell has now tapped that take profit. So any of you guys on the Russell idea, you just hit take profit 1. The average is up here. That's the 92 point mark. But you hit the box. Remember, it's whichever one comes first. And in this case, the boxes are being hit before the average gets hit. And so you can see they're taking profit live. It's important to see it live right there. So this, I mean, it would suck for the ES because the ES is a loss. But now if we turn around, and again, we're hitting that 6,000 level on the ES, the 2130 on the Russell, that would be great because it would cause quite the win on the NQ if it plays out. Would be unfortunate for the ES, but again, it would save the NQ position. We did get a new high finally on oil, everybody, just a second ago. Hold on, wrong chart. Just showing you real fast that new high. Russell pushing up more aggressive now. Try to put like a little line here so you guys can see where the average is. You'll see that NQ is going to start to fail now too. True Algo members, reminder, man, that close above and the Russell would do it at the same time. It's going to go quite parabolic. That would be throughout this Friday session during New York. Please keep mind of that. Stay over here. And reminder too, the QQQ and SPY, there is no position yet. If that ES, remember the ES is already confirmed. The SPY is the non-futures version of the ES. If it closes above here, then right at New York Open, the SPY would be in calls. So just watch for that close here. Also, right side of our screen, watch for the Russell for a second time now to hit take profit. Crypto folks, you're still just sitting in the same area. Again, we're still bullish on crypto until it closes below. But your guys, the volatility is lower because more of the bigger traders are trading stock market related stuff. Watch the Russell over here, get to that take profit. And just so you guys know, the 4-hour close would be 2 candles into New York Open, or the 10 a.m. close. So at 10 a.m., I mean, we can add a line too, just to make it a little bit easier. You guys can all write this, even if you're not with us, just right here. I'll put the note. There. 4-hour. And that'll be at the 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time will be the confirmation. And that'll be the same thing on the ES, everybody, too. That would send that parabolic as well. I'm going to add that note so we have it. It's from our Sunday stream. There we go. True Algo members, don't fight this trend when it kicks in, or if it kicks in. There's that move hit now on the Russell, guys. You see 92 points. Average win is hit. Take profit. And then if you are just wanting to see if you can continue going through green on green, because it's green on green now, True Algo, which means the only thing we're looking for is up on the Russell, then you can just be trailing your stop. How to trail: wait for the candle to close and then put your trail to the start of the next candle opening right here, and just keep following that through. 8.5 minutes from New York Open now. And again, crypto, we're just sitting in the same spot, man. Volatility's low. Oil did put in a new high, but you can still, it's got to close above this box, guys, at New York Open to produce a new long position for oil. Right now, it's still in continuation from the earlier position and neutral. You can't open a new position on this candle. Silver's back in retracement, and a reminder, gold. You guys see how things like change? This is why we wait for the candle to close. You see how it's a bearish candle now? If it closes bearish, then you're neutral. There's no new position. It's got to close green. So it'll be another 30-minute candle if it doesn't close above, or you can't do anything. Getting some nice continuation now on DXY. So Forex folks, that initial euro is going even better now. And then DXY is now trending bullish through the weekly system. This is really helpful to have. It's not trending bullish on the weekly, but really helpful to let that True Algo daily trend continue bullish. And then you've got a sweet bearish trend on the euro. So let those continue. One of the cool things right now, guys, if you look at the right side of my screen, you see the take profit happening. There's also a True Algo double stack boxes. You see how the green gets a little bit darker here? It's because that is the weekly True Algo trend. You see it on top of the daily True Algo trend. And one of the coolest things is, like, look from the live perspective. Do you guys see the take profit happening right here? Like, literally, they hit our average and now they're taking profit. It's gorgeous. Reminder, NQ folks, you have to close above the box, not just wicket right now that we're watching live. Would be, yeah. And I have an NQ alert going off too about the NQ trying to break. It's hitting a reload box from the macro stream. I can show you guys over here that Russell from the macro right there. Again, this is that note that we did on Sunday. You guys can see the date right there. Got to close above it though. And that close will be 30 minutes into New York Open today. Apple still holding its calls, or potentially putting in new calls. We just had a new close, sorry, and an update. And now in that would have to be neutral True Algo members, just because that bearish close below, now it's bullish back above, would be no position on Apple. You can see Microsoft pushing down bearish, Nvidia as high as it should go. But Amazon is still bullish. Potentially that Apple could put in a bullish confirmation at New York Open. You got stocks against each other right now, so nothing consistent. It's why that Russell is long, but that NQ looking short. That SPY and QQQ trying to figure out what they want to do too. You guys see that continued take profit pressure on the Russell over here, right side of our screen. 6 minutes from New York Open. Argentina, don't worry about missing out. That's sort of the goal of markets. They want you to feel like you're always missing out on stuff so that you pressure yourself into playing. And there's always going to be more moves, so don't stress yourself out. Or at least don't let them play their game against you. Quets, I'm not sure if you're in here or just True Algo members, about what we talked about with the Forex side. Remember, you got to sweep yesterday below our weekly box, right? That took that low. And then that fib time that occurred. And then now within that week of that occurring, it does look like we're getting more now with the news release volatility. You guys see that continuation on DXY and the continuation shorts on the euro. Reminder, guys, that first short was right here from the live stream. We just took it off. And now it's just in continuation mode. But DXY could have bottomed now. You know what I mean? And that's what that was important about that fib time. Last time DXY, we caught that fib time and we caught the high right in that February 13th area, and then index is all topped. NQ still allowing us to save the position. Reminder, there's no longs yet, everybody, for the ES and NQ. You need the NQ to close above the box as well. 3.5 minutes from the actual New York opening bell. Oil finally putting in a new high, so finally getting some gusto here, guys. Reminder, you're still in that initial idea just from a take profit standpoint. And then if this candle closes above the box, that would be a new long here in 4 minutes. But finally, a little bit more movement upwards. And crypto folks, I apologize. You're just sitting in the same spot. Just again, crypto volume drops out typically when the stock market's about to open. That's why you guys will notice the Asia stock market open. Crypto tends to be really volatile because most people can't do anything but trade crypto at that point, or commodities or Forex. It's because the US stock market is closed. If you guys trailed that US 30, man, it went from it looks like it produced 2x the average now. More, 264 points. The average is 105. This was the average move. And again, remember we said before, you just trail your stop to that next candle opening, or if you're someone who uses the gap theory, then you can trail to the gap fill. But no new move on US 30 except for trailing. I'm still here, everybody. Just waiting for that New York open. Gold looking like it could give us any long. Has to be 3 ticks above this box, though. It's more than enough. 10 ticks right now. Nice push up on Apple. Nvidia now pushing above 2. We're 1 minute from New York open. At the moment, Apple is going to confirm calls. Amazon's already in calls. Microsoft, if it stays there, oh yeah, now it's even down further. That'll be puts for Microsoft. So that it's going to be hard to change this right when the candle prints, but just, I mean, I'll draw it like this. That way it's less confusing. And I'll try to take the N off. If it closes in the box, it would be neutral. And then here, just, I'm going to draw this. I don't know if in the next 30 seconds if it's going to push down or not, but if it closes above, then that would be calls. Microsoft, if it tips this box, then it's neutral. There's no new position. That usually means that that NQ is going to fail too. And reminder, True Algo members, it's so important in the next 30 minutes. If that ES closes above, it's that parabolic signal is going to go. Same thing with Russell above 2130. There's New York open. NQ position is done now too, guys. So they're both in a long confirmation, and you're going to face that same battle again. Okay, so the ES and NQ are both in a bullish confirmation. Again, you see the bullish candle closes above the box here, guys. And then you have that same retracement issue. So just be careful with sizing, because the average move, the stop loss, because of where it's a double stacked, it's the 2 biggest boxes of the system. True, I was just trying to tell you to be cautious here with sizing because of how big the boxes are. No new move on US 30. The Russell, You guys see over here on the right, this, I'm going to erase this position now, guys, but just want to show you, like, from a live perspective, did you see the average win get tapped? And then that's the sell-off point. I mean, we missed the full by 8 ticks, just 8 ticks, but it hit that average win. I'm going to erase this position now so there's no confusion. You don't keep holding it. And then True Algo members, just showing you, we haven't even had the 4-hour close yet, but just look how epic that is. And then if we fail here, as in we push down, it's going to cause that ES and NQ to push down too. So we'll keep monitoring it together. US 30 going straight vertical right now. SQ having bearish continuation. If the SQ gets below this box, we should get continued bullishness on the others. And then let me show you guys real quick. The ES also, not ES, sorry, SPY. SPY did put in a bullish confirmation, so you are looking for calls on SPY, which matches the ES here at New York Open. Stops too wide, looks more like that. QQQ is still in retracement, so the QQQ is in conflict with the SPY. If QQQ can get a close above the box here, then pretty much everything would be on the bullish side. Get back over to stocks to see what they did. Man, look at Apple. And one of the coolest things, it's hard to see, guys, here because it looks like it popped. Let me show you. Apple did not hit the box. It says like as close as you can get to having a hit, but it didn't. And so that is valid. I told you I wouldn't be able to be on here right when it popped. So I'll just move that off for now. Gold did confirm bullish. Oil, absolutely gorgeous here. You guys see this? I just want to show you two things right now. Right side of our screen. Oil is about to hit the average win. But I need you to understand, True Algo members, like if you're in it, that's great. Because by the way, New York's been open for 2 minutes and you got that big volatility pump. But that position in the stats stopped right here. Okay. And then this is a new long position on oil, which is going fantastic, by the way. Looks like this. And then obviously that stop would be too wide. Shrink that. And then now take profit 1 is that box being tapped. And then take profit 2, just like the previous position, would be up there. But oil going well. And reminder, gold is in a long confirmation right here, everybody. And this is now the average position on gold because this is a new position. And again, remember, True Algo members, from a live perspective, you wouldn't, and we did it live, like you wouldn't have held through all that extra volatility after traveling 77 points, which is more than 50% the average. It's right around 78 to 81% of the average move, if I'm doing the math correctly in my head. ES almost to the, hold on, I gotta draw the position correctly. What am I doing? There we go. That's what the average position looks like on the ES. One of the coolest things right now, guys, and I'm talking more now because there's the volatility injection to New York Open, is you see how the ES is pushing up really strong, but the NQ is currently in retracement. They're still bullishly confirmed, but the reason why is, look, the QQQ has not confirmed bullish. And obviously the QQQ and the NQ are related. Until that QQQ closes above, it's going to cause the NQ to struggle. And that's what we're seeing here live. US 30, folks, you guys are going parabolic. Really nice divergence between NQ and US 30. And then you can see that NQ is following that SQ over here. True Algo members, you'll understand what I mean, but not the other folks. Again, we want to show it from a live perspective that SQ got as low as it's supposed to go for an entire day. Should be a really, really good New York session, True Algo members, because we're at that same key level once again. Oil, again, just, I'm sorry, I guess oil doesn't usually move that aggressive. I mean, we're 4 minutes into the candle and oil's just about to hit the average win. It already hit take for pop. I can't talk. It already hit take profit 1, and now looking to get oil up here to the full average. I'll try to leave it here to see if that gets tapped before moving off. And again, for any of you guys watching, like, no matter how bad you want like that to be tapped, again, it's impossible now for it to be a loss. And like you can even trail your stop to right where that box is. You can see we're about 2 ticks away from the full average win on oil. Usually you don't get that fast of a win, at least on the live streams with oil. Oil takes longer, it moves slower. I'm trying to think of a really bad dad joke, but I'm going to avoid it. You can see gold pushing up a little bit now too. This here too. I can see on the left side of my screen that the NQ is still struggling a little bit, which makes sense because of the QQQ where it's at. And we're 30 minutes from that big close, True Algo members. It's going to be a fun 4-hour close, man. Remember, crypto folks, I told you guys it dries up a little bit for you all. Just very slow movement during the New York Open. DXY got to level 4. The Euro got to level 4. Microsoft puts still holding. Nvidia is in retracement on its calls. And then Amazon with heavy retracement on its calls. And then Apple still going parabolic at the moment. I don't know why that got flipped. Oh, hold on. I hit the wrong button. Get you back over here. ES long still holding. NQ with some retracement. US 30 doing a couple of things right now, guys. One, again, if you just trailed your stop on US 30, it's going absolutely fantastic. But this would be a new long position on US 30 above that box. On top of that, you would be closing above level 4, which means you are in a massive bullish trend on the day, and you would be looking for continuation up. But you can see the Russell now with its second push up here. If you were trailing your stop, that trail would have been hit already, True Algo members. You guys see that big wick? Again, from a live perspective. Crypto moving up a little bit more now. And there's that full average win on oil. So back-to-back wins on oil now, guys. And so, again, listen to what I say, just so you understand from a demo and practice here. Remember we said that in practice you would trail that stop to right at that point. And so now, as we're getting into green on green, which is really, really great from a long perspective with the system, right here where that line is, that would be like where you could trail the next stop, basically the entrance on level 3 there. But you've already exceeded the average win, and again, it's fantastic. You want to make sure you secure and you protect. And a lot of times people don't trail their stop because they're worried their position will get stopped out and then they have nothing left and it will keep running. If that's the case, it's real simple. If it closes in the green box, that would be a new position. So don't stress yourself out like that. And note too, True Algo members, you would have any close in the green box would be a bullish candle above the daily system, which starts the trend. Right now we're in the weekly trend, trying to get to that daily trend combined. There's going to be some volatility right there, oil folks, but congratulations those of you guys that were following oil live on the stream. It's been going really well. NQ, by the way. ES, guys, look left side of your screen. I'm just trying to keep you posted. I'm bouncing around. The ES has now traveled how many? Looks like 10 handles, which is 50% of the average. NQ, you're almost to the 50% point. You guys can see it's 26 handles a second ago. The goal is to get to 65, so right around 37 handles is when you want to shift that stop to break even. True Algo members, because the stop is so wide here, this is a really good time to shift your stop to protect your position, especially with the ES. But this is what I was telling you guys before. There's a potential here in 20 minutes that things are going to go parabolic, and do not fight the trend. Let that bad boy run. It's going to be a good day. That QQQ is going to confirm bullish too. Just all signals would fire long in 20 minutes. That also would allow that Russell in the ES to have that confirmation I gave you guys on Sunday. And again, Mike, thank you for the reminder, bud. Gold's like, nah, man, I'm good. I don't want to play this right now. I'll get out of the way. Bitcoin and Ethereum. I don't know if the same person. I apologize. I don't remember your name. I'm trying to remember where you at. Sorry. EBT, if you're still here, bud. EBTians. A hilarious name. You see, like you were worried earlier. We do this as traders where when price is in a position and it goes the opposite direction of us, we immediately, that mentality flips where you're like, oh man, it's bearish, just because the candle was bearish. And one of the things to remember, like in trading, guys, this is why people teach you theories and we teach live candles. So like this little wick that was right there, we could have sat in that bearish wick for 20 minutes, you know what I mean? And now it's pushing up. And that little bit of bearishness will make you think to be bearish. And that's not how price action works from a live perspective. That's why we just put in a new high on Bitcoin and ETH. The reason why is from our system, you're in a long confirmation. And like I said before, there is no reason to be bearish until you close below the box. So just don't let the color of the candle persuade you with markets. That's how they trip a lot of people out of their positions. The ES has gotten to about 90% of our average win. Reminder, the average win is 66 points, which is roughly 16 and a half handles right here. And so far, we tell you it's 66 ticks. You've traveled 58. NQ, folks, also remember you have now traveled 50% of the average move. The goal is to get to that 37, 30, and look, it's 37 to be exact. There it goes, 38. So take your stop, practice shifting to break even to protect your position. The thing is, if people pop on here live right now, they're gonna be like, hey man, that position is done. You know what I mean? No, it's not. You guys are here live. We're just protecting this position and just putting the stop to wherever the wick is. Because if I put it up higher, it'll look like it's done. And again, this is that SPY. Anyone who took the SPY calls, congratulations as well. And just waiting for this QQQ to close above in 4 minutes. And then that would signal longs on the QQQ. That will thrust that NQ higher, which will give us that full win. Here comes the ES about to produce the average win live. Again, 16 and a half handles is equal to 66 ticks, everybody. Left side of your screen, boom, there you go. There's 16 and a half handles. Single candle too, which is even better. You only had to wait 12 minutes for that to produce itself. Really nice continuation on the SQ as well, True Algo members, which just means we can push further. Until the SQ can turn around back into this box, we'll continue to push up. The Euro, did it push down? No, it's starting to push up. Look at that heavy retracement. Options, folks, if you guys are here, look, I know you're the only asset that does not have to wait for the close. And if you got in on Amazon on either of those pushes, you pushed that option chain in your favor real fast. It's Friday. Options contracts are really cheap today. And then crypto, folks, we do keep putting in new highs on the current candle as I keep traveling around. And it's a new high for the day. It's also a new high on the position. EBT, if you're here, bud, hopefully that helped you, man. Again, we're just here to demo and practice, but at least trying to do it on live candles, unlike elsewhere. I'll stay on this side. US 30, you guys would have a new long position here in 2 minutes. Note US 30, folks, just be careful with sizing. Again, we've still dealing with that double stacked box. For any of you guys that held the US 30 position, remember it's over here that we had live. Remember, it was at 268, right? Like right around this place. And now look, it's the gift that keeps giving. If you just trail your stops, you're up 400 points on US 30 before getting a new confirmation. NQ, folks, now it was 38 handles. It's pushed up higher. It's 48.75 handles live. Two minutes for the next close. Really liking the QQQ. You guys see like how like the QQQ was in a bearish confirmation. You see it on your screen, but like I'm telling you, I'm liking that it's gonna flip bullish because the QQQ is the only thing saying bearish. And so everything else is bullish. We want that to flip bullish because it's going to cause these to go parabolic. And reminder, True Algo members, I keep trying to tell you, like, you are above my 4-hour close level on both the Russell and the ES, man. And the retail market will not be ready. They're going to start shorting heavy and they're going to get destroyed. It's just going to be fantastic. We're going to get some crazy lows on the VIX, by the way. Get the VIX all the way back down to 12. Hey, Adam, if you have any questions, bud, let me know. About to have a new close here where we can update all index futures and then also the stocks. There is no new position no matter what. You're just in the same long continuation. Note that the ES has given us more. And True Algo, there's the next close. Still in your bullish confirmations, everybody. New high on the ES. Let's see if we can get the NQ to hit the average, at least 65 handles. US 30, folks, you are in a bullish confirmation right here, guys. SQ is trending bearish, which is great for these. Can have continuation upwards. I don't want to check the stocks yet because I want to see the NQ hit the average before I move over, guys. So just bear with me on the stock, folks, options. I don't want to miss this get hit live. And I'll say that now and it'll just take its time. It'll be a little annoying. And then ES, folks, this potentially is a new long idea, is its continuation into the trend system. Watch the NQ. Just need about 3 more handles and the average is hit live. 65 handles live. Come on, don't do it. Don't make us wait. Check the stocks real fast. Amazon calls played out. Remember, heavy volatility, but easy to get into that retracement point. Apple's now trending bullish. It's okay. You want Microsoft to fail here because then that would continue longs. And then NVIDIA calls are going great as well. I don't want to miss that average being hit. Oh, flip that QQQ. This is good. We want that QQQ to flip, and it did. QQQ, folks, you are now, ETFs are bullish on QQQ, which is good. We want this to push up because it's going to send that NQ to the average. Here comes, we're almost there, guys. Let me zoom out just a little bit. We want 65. And as of right now, it is 63.75. We got 4 points to go, or 4 ticks to go. Come on. There you go. Boom. 65 handles live. There you go. Hope that helped. I remember we had the tougher sniper position earlier, but even that sniper position had a smaller than average loss. And then just from a live perspective, I just want you guys to see that 65 handle, and then you can see them take profit live. We're still bullish. Ain't no reason to fight it. But hope that helped, guys. For anyone not in anything. Russell's still playing around my 2130 level. That next close here is in 13 minutes, True Algo members. Nothing new on those. There won't be nothing new on anything. By the way, Ethereum did hit take profit 1 just now, guys, from a demo and paper trade purpose right there. That is take profit 1 on ETH. Bitcoin, folks, you have hit 50% of the average move. Maybe it's slightly under. It's hard to see from here. It's so close. Again, 812. The average move is right around like 1707. It's okay. But ETH did hit take profit 1 to hit the box. One of the coolest things right now on the NQ, look, there's no reason, guys, look to the left, like for it to stop there, you know what I mean? You're going to try to find reasons, but it's pretty ballsy, man, to be like, we need to get to that 65 handle point, and it does, and now it's literally reversing in front of you. Trying to make sure I don't miss the Bitcoin continuation. Again, Microsoft closes above this box, everybody, and then the big 4 are all bullish. So just need to get Microsoft to close above and can continue to push markets, hopefully in a parabolic direction here for New York. True Algo members, those 4-hour closes are 12 minutes away. We've been now live for 90 minutes, guys. I hope that we've been helpful. EBT, yeah, man, you're welcome. Again, we're here to try to help people, and the biggest goal is most people just learn theory. Like you saw, like we had losing positions, like losses happen, man, but like that's trading. No one has a 100% win rate. If they tell you you need to run away from that person because they're lying to you. But as you see, man, the goal here is to do things live. You need help on live candles with real markets moving. You need to be practicing on markets when it's the highest volatility injection possible, which is when New York opens. That's what you need to be taught on. You don't need to be taught on hindsight theory and someone cherry picking positions and plays to show you. No, Adam, if you're talking about the parabolic close that we're talking about, I have the note right here on the ES. That's the level from we've been covering this week and on Sunday about a close above 6,000. That is a 4-hour close, but the positions are already played out on the 15-minute time frame live, bud. But the Russell 2130 and the ES at 6,000, that's related to Sunday's stream that we've gotten to, and the Russell's over here. The Russell has 10 minutes to close above, man. It would be quite the shame if the Russell closes below here, because then you'd have to wait another bigger candle. But just note, True Algo, again, guys, we did this live. you can go watch the tape again, because YouTube will save the stream, and we don't delete the stream, we leave it up. Right there's that move on Russell. So True Algo members, we've already got the longs up there. It's just from the macro perspective on Sunday that we gave you guys, we're waiting for a potential close above that. QQQ folks, your position is successful at the moment. Nothing new on commodity side. Bitcoin will be pushing later. And I mean, I would love Bitcoin to stay like this, because then if the ES and the NQ and Russell close above that level today, things are going to go quite parabolic next week, everybody, upwards. And that's really going to help crypto maybe over the Asia session throughout the weekend to go quite aggressive, bullish upwards. I know the crypto folks would appreciate that. And trying to think how far we are from the weekly box. Man, we got a long way to go. And man, True Algo does it again. Crypto folks, just look at this. If any of you in the crypto sphere were bearish between 101K, or you were told to be bearish down here at 100,532, this is a area where crypto will reverse bullish, and you see it for those of you that are swing type traders. But if you heard anyone tell you to be bearish down here, their goal is to wreck you. It's so simple. When you close below that box, that is when you flip bearish. This is where you collect longs, and you can see it playing out. But just don't let those people deceive you. True Algo members, again, that weekly box. ETH did the same thing too. ETH barely dipped into it. I mean, at 24.18, telling you to look for reasons to go long, and now $100 later up on ETH. You guys see Russell, it's so important, True Algo members. The close is in 8 minutes, but you see that aggression. They don't want to close above that level. Give me a second. I want to see if I can fix that chart. Let me see what chart you guys see right now. Again, I'm doing this from a laptop today as we're not at the office. See if I can get that other one pulled up. Don't know if this is going to mess up your guys' screen. I hope it does not. No, we're good. Sweet. So I can fix this real fast. Ta-da. And that did mess up your guys' screen. I apologize. Fix this. Almost done correcting what just happened. That's not what I wanted. Right now I'm just trying to fix and open up the correct chart on the macro side. Boom. There we go. Get this out of the way. Let this lovely thing load. So True Algo members, again, you should be able, let me double check. Yeah, you can see the correct chart now. Just again from that macro stream, you guys see it? It's just so powerful if you guys can add those macro levels. You have 7 minutes to close above this. If we do not close above that in 7 minutes, there's no reason to be bullish up there anymore. When we close above that, even if you're not a member here, guys, like there's an extremely high probability Russell's going to go parabolic, straight vertical. The ES is already telling us it wants to. The ES is 6 minutes away from having that potential close above my line right here, guys, but True Algo is already telling you to be bullish. Yeah. And I will be jumping off here after that close. That'll be roughly what? In almost 2 hours of live streaming with you guys. I hope that it was helpful today. Jonathan asked if I do this every day. The answer is yes. So if you're worried like you're going to join somewhere that we say one thing and we do another, we don't do that here, man. So if you were to join us today, you're going to have a stream on Sunday. Like we go over all our macro stuff that I talk about, which is what we're referencing right now related to the Russell and the ES, which you guys are watching live. And then sure enough, on Monday morning, we will be live together, and then we'll be navigating these markets with you during the New York session, during that high volatility when I think people need the most help possible. And Adam, I believe I see that you're welcome, bud. I answered your question. If anyone else have any questions, please let me know. And again, Mike, thanks for Mike is one of our True Algo experts. He's a great person to ask questions to, and he can help and assist you. And I appreciate your help, Mike. Man, it would be wild if the Russell by itself, again, the smaller stocks, absolutely stops the stock market. Look at it. It's nuts. Oh, it's going to be a fun day. I'm so excited for next week, man. Because it's Friday. There's nothing much more. Sorry, I'm trying to manage my own stuff right now. All right. That's a lot of aggression kicking in, man. That Russell wants to lead the way. And then just so you guys can be like, why are things reversing at the moment? Like, why is that current candle red? Look over here. You see Amazon, you've hit our 80% wall. So 80% of the time you will not go any higher. Okay. Apple, that already had its take profit. It hit the 80% wall, closed inside. So Apple's still going to hold its own. But again, we're trying to look at like why the indexes are pushing down besides the averages being hit. Microsoft, again, the biggest market cap of the ES and NQ. It's number one in both. The Apple, Amazon, Nvidia, neither of those three make up the top or second position consistently on either. Only Microsoft is the top in both. And so Microsoft right here, guys, center right, is at a take profit point. That's why you're seeing markets struggle here, because this is not the point where you start adding into continued long positions till Microsoft closes above. So just from a live perspective, you can see True Algo stopping it in its tracks. Whoops, get that out of the way. And then over here, Nvidia's in retracement on that idea. But you see that everything is hitting a box above except for Nvidia, which can be causing those ideas to struggle. And that Russell, man, it's really going to do it. It is going to close below that line on the 4-hour time frame. And that could just be Russell warning you, like, hey, man, you've already had True Algo signal the wind's up. Now you have the macro level that I give you guys on Sunday, telling you from a third time now. Again, you'll see over here, third time. 1, 2, and now third time, do not long above that area. The markets will humble you. Even though the Russell is the smallest versions of the stocks, that's not those big blue chips and stuff like that. It's smaller. It could be leading the way to short. And just one of the craziest things, because guys, I know this happens quick, so you might be missing it. I just want to show you like how incredible this is. Look where the NQ stopped. Okay, and I just want to show you guys again the math so you know it's not random. So we give you these stats ahead of time. The average win right here is 260. If you divide 260 by 4, you will get 65 handles. Okay, and then just so you know it's not BS, watch this real quick. It moved up just a couple of ticks higher, 266. The average we give you is 260. That's why price stops there. It's one of the coolest things. Now listen, if you look to the left, like this is what I'm telling you. I'm not trying to hate on other people's theories. I'm just telling you theories don't work in live markets. And that's why they give you multiple theories to pick from. There's no reason why price stopped here. You guys see it? It is stopping there because our system tells you on average, that's where the full move hits and taps out. And if you combine that, let me show you with the ES right now. Over here, why did the ES push up higher? The ES pushed up higher because, as you see on that candle, again, the average move is 16.5 handles, which is 66 ticks. Again, I'll show you the measurements so you guys know that I'm not lying to you. Look, 66 ticks right there. The reason why the ES pushed up higher than its average is because it got to its average win before the NQ did. So it allowed for the NQ to get to its average, the ES pulled up higher. And so again, but you guys got to see this from a live perspective because there's that close, and I'll be jumping off after this. So if you have questions, you guys got to let me know. But like again, from a live trading perspective, what people miss out on is how do you manage a position when it hits a take profit or retraces after hitting a take profit and you don't know what to do. And you can't do that in theory because people talk about it, But man, you get on live candles and that theory does nothing because it's just, you're just terrified of what could happen. And you got to see it. That's why the NQ is stopping. So True Algo members, those of you guys that are not a member, just listen up real fast. The Russell did not close above my level. And look, now it's another 4-hour close. So in 4 hours from now at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you guys need to watch the Russell. It's going to be one of the biggest things that tell us whether or not the top is in. If we do not close continued 4 hours above 2130, the top is in. And things are going to reverse straight back down again. When the Russell closes above here, as you can see, markets are going to explode bullish, but it hasn't happened yet. So don't let people tell you we're bullish now. Everyone is bullish here at the top when you're hitting our take profit point. That's what retail traders do. Okay, they follow the candle after the fact, then they long the high, and then they short the lows. Okay, retail traders were short down here. Does that make sense? Okay. And just follow that again. And now there could be a new, it could just be that there needs to be retracement. So we got that win on Russell, 2 wins in a row, going to come back down. And then you can see this candle, if that closes green, that would be a new long position, can get to that 2130 target, close above, and then can look for higher and higher. And then at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, make sure you guys check to see if it's a 4-hour close above. We did have new closes on everything. Gold failed, silver failing at the moment. Oil's in a new bullish confirmation up here, guys. Again, 2 wins back to back on oil. Potentially could now have a third as it follows the trend. Crypto folks, again, volatility is now back down again. DXY is still in its bullish confirmation. The euro is still bearish. There's a potential, True Algo members, that the top is in on the euro and the pound, and then the bottom is in on the euro. Sorry, the bottom is in on DXY. And last bit on stocks, Amazon is still bullishly confirmed. Apple is still bullishly confirmed. Microsoft is neutral because it hit the box, and Nvidia is in retracement, but it's still bullishly confirmed. Cool. So that's all I have, guys. I hope that it was helpful today. Hopefully those live movements and just being able to handle volatility live was helpful. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. If you guys have any questions, you can jump over to our Discord. We'll be here to help you. And before I jump off, I need to post the link. And then Tim, I'm trying to read what you said. I'm not sure if you're still here. So this is how it feels watching from inside of the membership, and others are skeptical. I'm not sure what you mean, if I'm reading that wrong. But yeah, man, what you see right now is what we do every single day, so you get help live. When you say 100% hit rate, you mean as far as like it playing out as planned on the stream? I mean, we had some losses, you know what I mean? But that second candle on the ES and NQ produced as well. Sprout, you're welcome, bud. There's no new position, guys, on the ES and NQ. Okay, you've had the average win now. It's real easy just watching it. The only time, it's very easy. So check this out, bud, or anyone else watching. I'm gonna do the same thing where I always say I'm gonna get off and I stay online forever. There's no shorts now on the ES and NQ till the ES closes below 59.70. Guys, we're nowhere near there. And the NQ really easy until you close below 21.680. There's no shorts. Okay, if price shoots straight down, we don't chase it. We just let it go. But there are no shorts. There are no shorts right now. Cool. And then I'm just trying to get the link posted. Dadacious, go ahead, bud. I see you posting. Let me know. And while you post your question, let me really quickly get this link posted for everybody else. I'm still here, everyone. Just give me a second. Live. There you guys are. Come on. All I'm just doing is post the link. Yeah, I mean, if you guys have any questions, just come jump over to Discord. Come ask. But what you're seeing right now is what we do every single day to help members on live candles. So click that link. Come join us. Come ask questions, man. Like, I'll be there to assist you as well. So don't be shy. Solo, Toro, our experts are amazing at answering questions as well. But if you want help doing this on live candles, we're here to help you. All right, Dadacious, let me read what your question is regarding the Russell. I got you, bud. 1 second. There we go. So your question is, the Russell closing below would mean a shift from bullish to bearish, right? As long as, yeah, so I'll pull it up. The Russell over here Now, remember, you're talking about the macro perspective, right? That 4-hour close that we monitor. Yes, as long as you're below that line from the 4-hour candle close, there's no reason to be bullish anymore. And also, we've already hit the average win on the Russell. So that's 2 reasons not to be bullish at all. And again, that would mean that the smaller stocks are going to get hit really, really hard. They're going to top out here. And then when do you flip bullish? 2 ways, real easy. The first way, Audacious, is it doesn't matter on the 4-hour. You close back above 21.23 right here, you're in a bullish confirmation and you're getting to that target again, okay? But as soon as Russell closes above 21.30, as you guys see it, we've marked it right there, that's when it's full on long mode on the Russell. Anything that makes it up is going to go parabolic, but that's not happening right now. And there's no active long position on the Russell right now. So hopefully that should answer your question. Let me know, bud. I know there's a delay on YouTube, so I'll wait. And then those of you guys that are watching this right now, you can ask Audacious. He is a current member, so he's asking questions and he's getting answers on live candles. He's not getting them like 3 days later and picking and choosing hindsight. He's getting help immediately. And this is, again, what you guys get if you decide to join. The gold is neutral. There's no short yet. Sakai. So Ray said, is the ES prepared to go parabolic because it did close above? As long as it's above that 4-hour level, then the answer is yes for me, Ray. And then note the True Algo system, we're in that long position that got us up here. Does that make sense? The only reason why we're struggling right now is because you've got stocks that have hit boxes that are taking profit. You guys see the box above, box above, box above. Okay? But the Russell's the problem. The Russell needs to get above 2130. If not, it's pulling down the market. You might think that only the ES and NQ can pull it, but no. I mean, the algorithms that buy and sell price, they're buying and selling millions of shares a day on all assets and to push everything in the correct direction that they want it to go in. But as of right now, Ray, it is Ray, correct? I apologize. I'm clicking around. Yeah, there's no reason for us to doubt the ES. Okay? And I hope that helps. What will continue to push it way further upwards, remember, markets closed today, is when that Russell closes above 2130 as well. Again, we always build confluence here, which I know you know that. You're welcome, bud. Audacious is asking, will the Russell affect assets like NVIDIA? It's going to affect everything, bud. Like when the Russell closes that 4-hour above 2130, everything's going to go parabolic. It's not going to just be like one asset and NVIDIA is the only one that goes down. Again, in theory, does that make sense? It's got to close above. That closes at 2 p.m., by the way. You got to wait for that one, next one. And those of you guys that are on the ES and NQ, remember, there's no shorts till way, way lower. So just don't fight that momentum. Any last minute questions? If not, I'm jumping off. Jonathan, you're welcome earlier. I apologize for not thanking you earlier. Yeah, and Jonathan, I know you're, it's JR, right, bud, if I remember correctly. All you got to do, bud, is just the YouTube saves this. Like, I'm not going to delete it. We don't hide from our streams. Okay? Literally, when this is done, you can rewatch it instantaneously whenever you want. It's a long stream, though, man. I'm looking here. We've been on for 1 hour and 48 minutes. So, yep. Okay, cool. All right, man. I'm jumping off now, guys. I was not expecting to be on this long, but we got a lot of volatility after NFP. I hope that was helpful. Really nice New York opening candle in our direction to push up, and hopefully that helped. I appreciate you guys. True Algo members, I'm going to go back to Discord really quick and post a couple of things, and then if you have any questions, just let me know over there. Thanks, guys, for hanging out. I appreciate you, man. Have a great day.